Hello and welcome to this FedDashboard.com data visualization on prices and the pipe factors. Fear of deflation is growing, but we need to ask why. Fear is usually explained by pointing to a price index, like this one. It's the average of price changes for all consumer goods and services. The policymakers fear the slow inflation since 2011, even though central banks have been pumping money into the economy in a way that historically caused inflation. The fear is because they believe lower prices reflect lower demand and an overall weaker economy. This is because of the view that most products are scarce, requiring higher prices to encourage production, or ration a bad harvest or available oil. This is conventional wisdom, but is it still true? To find out, we need to look at data differently. This is the same price index, and price is still on the vertical axis. What's different now is that quantity purchased is on the horizontal. To see time, we'll animate it. Watch it rise like riding a ski lift. The steeper hills are times like the higher inflation 1970s, a bump up in the early 1990s, then the credit bubble crash, and then flat getting off the ski lift where inflation is low and demand continues to grow. The upward sloping curve shows price and purchases increasing together. So is conventional wisdom true or not? To find out, first notice, this is an average of all consumer goods and services. Averages hide answers. People don't buy mathematical averages. People buy specific apples, cars, mobile phones, and kitchen appliances. So we need to ask, what's happening with actual products? Some product prices swing widely, like oil. What happens with others? This group is healthcare, housing, financial services, higher education, food, and beverages. So let's see what happens over time. Now notice these prices. They start out flatter and then they turn up, mostly rising more than demand increases. Consider two examples. On the bottom we've got the purple line, higher education, where that starts rocketing up with very little increase in the amount purchased. On the other hand, we've got healthcare, where demand is going up more at the end. Now, is everything going up this fast? No. Let's try a group of products at the other end of the spectrum, consumer electronics. Computer-related products plunge so dramatically, we can't show them to you on this chart without squashing all the lines at the bottom. We can show you other tech-related products. Let's watch the curves. Now, these are tech products, so adoption starts off slow, and then it picks up, and then we see what happens as the curves progress over time. Demand increases, but price is flat or going down. Let's watch that again. Notice the top two lines. They're like freestyle skiing. At first they go up in price, then they do a backflip, and then they go down. Audio and video did its backflip way back in 1981, and photo equipment did a sharper flip in 1994. Overall, prices go down and purchases go up. It didn't stop at chip-based products. The tech effect kept spreading. Internet next, and then to more communication services. Then did it stop? Still no. It started rippling across a wide range of products such as glassware, furniture, household appliances, and garden tools. This one looks a bit more like a snowboarder getting hang time. These prices powered up and then hung in the air a bit and then turned down. And as they turned down, people were buying more. Now we know this from daily shopping. A friend said about a big box shopping club, it's the best hedge against inflation. What you can't see without this data is the magnitude and how long ago this started. Over 30 years. Exponential technology is the phrase used by Singularity University to describe this. Is this all technology? No. What else do we need to understand? We need to understand the pipe factors. The pipe factors are packs for international trade, intellectual and physical capacity for trade, that's education, equipment, technology, infrastructure, peace building that leads to rule of law, that leads to more country self-sufficiency and then trade, and exponential technology, but not just for cost cutting, more importantly for product innovation and accelerating trade. For the size of this shift, get this. From 1974 to 1984, this effect was barely a blip. By 2004, it was about a third of all products. Now watch this. This view divides consumer purchases into two big buckets, goods and services. In the early 1990s, nearly a quarter century ago, the average price of all goods stopped growing and flattened. Today, Most price increases are from services. To more easily see the magnitude of imports, including outsourcing, read about the red dots at feddashboard.com. The pipe factors have reshaped our world. We're not as supply trapped as we once were. It's different now. To wrap up, we go back to the data, this time something different. So you can compare magnitude. Products are shown from each of the three groups. From the bottom, watch higher education rocketing up in price with little increase in quantity. From the top, see tech-related products ski down the hill with their backflips. And keep your eye on time, realizing this has been unfolding for over 3 decades. Let's watch it again. What patterns do we see? Higher prices are mostly services, locally delivered and more government regulated. Lower prices are mostly goods, some morphing into services, less regulated and more global. As higher price industries are disrupted, average prices will fall. This is why implications of exponential education or medicine are so dramatic. So next time you hear doom and gloom deflation fears, now you know it just isn't true. Why? Because averages hide answers. You as a consumer will love this. Retirees with reduced interest income need this. This is reality for which central bankers and investors need to prepare. This starts by more deeply understanding the pipe factors, including exponential technology. For more about prices and the pipe factors, explore the money and prices and exponential technology categories.